Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukenessmonster, and today we're just going to be doing a quick Q&A. I figured it's Christmas Eve, so why not hop on here and say hi to some subscribers. And if we do have some time, I do have a few boxes we might go ahead and unbox as well. So yeah, pretty excited to be doing this. We've got Collector Cody in the chat. We also got my boy Lung Guy. Nice. It has been a long time. It's been a long time since I went live. I kind of switched to doing like podcasts and stuff, but bro is live on Christmas Eve. I am. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't go live very often, so it's pretty cool to do it. And yeah, nice to see you guys in the chat. Obviously, Rebel Scum here. We also have James Vincent. Happy holidays to you as well. Let me go ahead and get some like background music started up here. There you go. Just to add some nice ambiance. We got my good friend Sidequester. What's up? We also got the Star Wars dude. How's it going? Why we kind of just wait for people to roll in here. Gonna say hi to some people, but we're also about to do just a Q&A, so feel free to leave your comments in the chat. 1313 says, about to go to church. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Brodsky. I'll watch the replay. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Have a Merry Christmas as well. We have Spud King in the chat. He says, do you think they should do a 2-pack of 501st and Shock Troopers like Disney Toy Box did? Absolutely. Most like clone 2-packs I think they should do. Like throw any random 2 clones in a 2-pack, I'll buy it. So yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, I think it would make more sense to do like 501st and like a plain white, 501st, 332nd, you know, different, like even 501st 212th than a Shock Trooper, but even then I'd still love to see it because I'd buy it. But do you have Balin yet, and are you going to change out his legs? I don't have Balin yet. I didn't pre-order him or anything, so I plan to hope to find him in store. I'm wanting to change out the legs. I still need to find a Riva for pretty cheap, but I did pick up the what is this? The Holocom Bo-Katan here, and I'll probably take the legs from her for the Shin figure to make her the right height, because I believe it's the Casca Reeves like Bo-Katan legs that work for Shin. So I'll probably have to surgically remove her legs. I already have the Mando. He's like right up here, and I don't really need another Holocom figure, so I'll probably use the legs from her. But what's up, not Obi-Wan? Nice to see you in the chat. Hello there. Gonna be a little bit here, then go to sleep tomorrow morning, or work tomorrow morning. Yay. I'm sorry, bro. What's on your Xmas list? Nice to see you, Rebel Scum 1138. I didn't put much on my list this year. Just a few Black Series figures and some like headphones, recording equipment, stuff like that. Not a ton. I've got a spare Reva if you need, mate. Yeah, I might have to hit you up on that. Trying to find one on clearance for pretty cheap because I know she's not like a super desirable figure, which surprises me because she's one of the best figures of 2021 or 2022. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to find one for cheap, but if not, I will hit you up. That Star Wars dude says, do you think Hasbro that Hasbro will any old molds for any figures? I'm not sure I understand the question. Do you think Hasbro will use any old molds for any figures? I mean, Hasbro uses old molds all the time, so I wouldn't be surprised. I have a few spare Vice Admiral Holdos. Why do you have a few spare? I mean, I obviously have the one still sitting up there under my TIE Fighter now, but what's up? We got I'm so gonna butcher that name, Mr. Witch and Learn. What's up? Nice to see you in the chat. Have a great Christmas. You as well. Just saying it's Alex from college. Oh, hey, nice to see you. Yeah. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, my guy. We got Piggy in the chat. What's up? Oh, fix any old molds. I really hope so. There's so many old molds that need fixed. Like, for example, just episode 3, Obi-Wan and Anakin are super big characters. They're the main characters of episode 3, and they have really crappy molds. So hoping they do a new one of those at some point, especially with Anakin after his appearance in Ahsoka. There's like 3 different outfits you could do on that Anakin mold. Give us Force Ghost, give us Sith, give us normal. There's so many different like Anakins you can do now, and so I'd love to see him do that. I don't remember if you said this, but do you still have that 3D printed ATST? Yes, sitting right over there. It did take a tumble. My dog accidentally bumped into it, and he took a tumble, and like the entire cannon on the side snapped. So I gotta reprint a new one of those. But other than that, he's great. Stands up on its own just fine, and yeah, pretty cool ATST. So I want to do another big 3D printing project. I want to do a Jabba's Palace. I want to do Jedi Starfighter or a Mando Naboo Starfighter at some point. But I'm at college most of the time, so I'm not at home to be able to print a lot of stuff, unfortunately. But James Vincent says, do you know if Shop Disney has gotten the Mace and Clone 2-pack that's sold out on Hasbro Pulse yet? Not yet. So that one is only going to be, I want to say, online and in stores, but it's not for pre-order on Shop Disney. So once that does go in stock on Shop Disney, I'll definitely let you guys know, because it will be available, but it won't be up for pre-order on Shop Disney. So, and it will be back up on Pulse, I guarantee it. It's a Pulse Shop Disney exclusive, so it's definitely going to be back up on Pulse. Like I said, I'll let you guys know as soon as it comes up. I missed it as well. I don't have this one on pre-order, so I will definitely let you guys know as soon as it's up. You never know when you're going to need an extra holdo, bro. Merry Christmas, by the way. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas, Side Quester. I still have that extra one up there. I don't know if I need it anymore. Rebel Scum says, do you upload on the Lukeness Shorts channel anymore? No, I don't. I pretty much killed that channel. The way that YouTube works now, before they weren't really paying for shorts. And the way that the YouTube algorithm works with shorts, it really affects your main channel videos when you post shorts. And so there was no benefit to putting shorts on the main channel, but they completely revamped the monetization system. That was a tongue twister and a half. The monetization system for shorts. And so now it's just way more beneficial to be able to post it on the main channel here. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been posting a lot of shorts and clips here on the main channel. And so the shorts channel, I will probably just end up deleting, because it's not super big and it's really not worth posting on that channel anymore. Dude, I would love to 3D print an LAT, but I don't have room for an LAT. It's 6 feet long by 6 feet wide. It's huge. I would hang it from the ceiling, but that 3D prints are heavy. That falls on you, you're dead. You're gone. I would love to, but it's also $300 worth of plastic to try to print that, so I don't know. I'd love to, but you never know at this point. But yeah, for everybody who is just stopping in, we're just doing a little bit of a Q&A, so feel free to leave your questions in the comments. And probably won't be on for too long, maybe an hour, hour and a half. I got the Tampa Bay game that starts at 3 o'clock that I have to watch, because go Bucks. But yeah, other than that, Merry Christmas, and glad y'all can take some time out of your busy Christmas Eves to spend some time here on the stream. Not everyone says LAT would be massive. I have a Lego UCS LAT that's already 80 centimeters wide. Black Series would maybe be 150 centimeters. Man, only if I knew how big a centimeter was. We only go by cheeseburgers per American flag here in the United States. Jokes aside, that would be really big though. So I'd love to see it, but it's nothing Hasbro would ever do. It'd have to be a personal project. Any tips on 3D printing? My 3D printer will screw me over every other print. I want to throw mine out the window. Yeah, that's how I was with mine for a long time. I don't even know how I fixed it. I think so my problem was I had the little heater tube, and then the little thermometer that goes in it, and both of those would burn out after every single print. And so I'd buy the little replacement ones. I'd have to cut the wires and resolder it and get it all swapped out after every single print, and it would still suck and it would break, and I had heating issues and everything like that. So I ended up just buying a whole new heating unit. It was $30 on Amazon. Swapped out the whole thing, and it's worked great since then. So maybe that's what you might need to do. I don't know what your problem is, so I can help a little bit more if you explain. But for mine, I just had a lot of heating issues, so. Yo, I should do a Sandcrawler. Dude, Sandcrawler would be crazy. I know the Hasbro designers really want to do a HasLab TVC Sandcrawler. I know it was one of the, I don't remember which designer it was in my last live stream that I just did with them, but they were pretty much saying, like, if you guys want like a TVC, like if you guys want specific things for Black Series of TVC, you have to let them know. And so I think they specifically, like, one of the examples they gave was a sandcrawler. So it sounds like the designers really want to do a sandcrawler for TVC, so that might be the next TVC HasLab. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm hoping they do a Black Series one before TVC. I know that the 2 failed HasLabs probably scare them away from it, but I'm really hoping they do something smart and do another Black Series HasLab before trying to do another TVC one. I don't know, 2 back-to-back TVC ones are great for TVC, but for us Black Series fans, we just want one. We just want one. TVC has 3 funded HasLabs and Black Series has 0, so... We have Green Guardian in the chat. He says, hey man, thanks for all your videos. I was wondering if you collect Micro Galaxy Squadron. I have 1 Micro Galaxy Squadron. I have like the I don't remember the name of it, the ARC Trooper gunship, and I just never really got into it. If they came with stands, so you could kind of like pose them like they were flying, I would really, really love Micro Galaxy Squadron. But the fact is they just don't come with stands, and so I just don't really enjoy them. Like, if they came with stands, I would buy every single one because I think they're awesome. But with the limited space I have, as you see, I'm very full in my display cases. So with the limited space I have, it's just not worth going out and buying a bunch of them. Do you do a live with your mom? I could. I mean, Lukenessmonster is here in the chat all the time. So you never know. Maybe one day if the demand is high enough. What is your favorite portion of the display behind you? Oof, that is a really good question. I think you can barely see it up here. I really love this. This is the March on the Jedi Temple in the background here with Anakin. Now I do have like Grievous and Dooku and some other clones that are kind of getting in the way of it, and so once I get some more shelves, I'd love to move all of them out of the way just so you can see those amazing like Jedi Temple displays there. And once I get lights in that case too, it'll be much easier to see. But I also love, you just can't see it off screen here. I'm not going to point the camera towards it. Dyslexic, this way, like right over here, I have the Star Destroyer bridge from Empire Strikes Back, and so it has like all the bounty hunters and Vader there, and it's super cool looking. It's one of my favorites, and unfortunately you just can't really see it with this camera angle, so I'd love to get a better angle at some point, but James Vincent says, what 3D printer do you think is best? I think starting 3D printer, you got to go with the Creality Ender 3. That's the best one. It's cheap, and yeah, I think you should try to do that. Like, if you guys are interested in getting into 3D printing, go and get Ender 3. It's the best user-friendly starting 3D printer. I personally have a CR10, which is great for printing bigger things like helmets and large diorama pieces. But like, if you're just getting into 3D printing, you got to go with the Ender 3. Do you live with your mom? So I'm currently going to college, so during the weekdays I live at school, and at the weekends I live here at home. So yeah, I'm 18 if you guys didn't know that. I'm in college at the moment. So what's up, Jedi Twins? Nice to see you guys in the chat. Merry Christmas. James Winston said, how big would a Black Series Sandcrawler have to be? Oh my gosh, a Black Series Sandcrawler is like, okay, realistically a Black Series Sandcrawler is like 4 feet tall. Like, realistically, if you go by Black Series scale, like century scale, this thing is the size of a car. It is huge. If you go by Black Series scale, like, it would have to be scaled down, and even then, it's the size of like a large dining room table. It's big. Definitely not. Like, TVC, they could do it easily, but you could never do one in Black Series. Wish I had started collecting Micro Galaxy Squadron. First, gotta rub it in. I know me and SideQuester, if you guys don't know, we have a podcast together. We had this big conversation about like him wanting to get into Micro Galaxy Squadron, and then I kind of talked him out of it, and so now he gives me a hard time for it. But Filament doesn't want to come out every other print. Okay, so I did have this problem once too. On your printer, you have like the little plastic thing where you have the little spool of plastic, you put it through the thing and then it goes into the tube, but there's this little like unit that's right here, and you have a little gear on that unit that spins and it pushes the plastic through into the tube. And my problem was that entire thing is connected to a little plastic piece, and that plastic piece had cracked, and so I wasn't getting like the full gear turn. And so what I did is I just bought a replacement metal piece on Amazon. It was like a few bucks, and it hasn't broken since because it's metal, so it's not going to crack, which is really nice. But you're gonna have to do some research. But my guess is if your filament isn't going through the tube, either you have a clog in your tube or that little plastic piece has cracked. But you're not going to know it's cracked unless you take it apart and actually see it. So, Eddie the Yeti, nice to see you in the chat. He says, are you thinking about doing reviews for Star Wars vintage characters? I probably will at some point. My only problem is I really don't have space to buy vintage collection figures at the moment. I love vintage collection. I love the 3 3/4 inch scale. But I just don't have room for it. So maybe once I get my own place and have a lot of shelves and place to store TVC, I will. But as of right now, it's not really in my top. It's not my top priority. Black Series is my priority. Do you plan on doing any more Micro Galaxy Squadron vehicles like the Battle of Coruscant Battle Pack? Probably not. If it goes on deep clearance, I might pick it up. But like, if I'm not buying any more Micro Galaxy Squadron on full price, like if the review did really good, I posted that one review, and it got like 100 views. It wasn't worth me buying it, and I don't really have room to keep them anyway. So, like, unless it's on super deep clearance and there's a ton of requests for me to review it, I probably won't. You could 3D print stands for Micro Galaxy. That is true. I haven't even thought about that. I might have to look into that. It would be nice for the price that they're charging for them to include a stand, but yeah, I could definitely 3D print some. That'd be cool. That Star Wars dude says, how do you feel about Ross having a bunch of Black Series in stock at certain locations? I've checked my location like 3 times in the last week, and they have had zip, zero, zilch, nothing. So, I mean, I guess congrats to all you Ross people out there finding these great deals, but I haven't really found anything. I think it's cool though. I mean, it makes sense. These are kind of like the least desirable figures. You have like Credit Collection, and you have just different figures that aren't really selling at full price, so it makes sense for them to be going to Ross. And I know I was talking to SideQuester about this, but the way that Ross actually does this is they buy all of this stock like right when the figure comes out, and then they sign this kind of agreement that says they can't sell them until after the shelf life of the original product. So they're buying these products the exact same time that Walmart, Target, GameStop, all these other stores are buying them, and they just have to wait to put them out. So they're just sitting in warehouses until all of that shelf life has expired. So guarantee you have mainline waves now, other exclusives right now that are just sitting in Ross's warehouses waiting for the shelf life to expire so they can sell them. So, you know, if you're always looking for a good Black Series deal, it might be worth checking out Ross. Not everyone says, I would love to get Micro Galaxy Squadron, but they just have the first ones here in Finland. Never got the newer ones. Wow, only the first one. So does that mean like the later waves will come out, or are you only ever going to get the first ones? That's weird. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with Finland, but I'm sure you could get them online, like eBay and stuff. I don't think they'd be too expensive. Michael Ramirez says, do you think we'll ever see Black Series Commander Colt or any of the ARC Troopers from Rancor Battalion? Absolutely. I think with the Clones of the Republic line coming out this year, we're going to see at least one of those Defend Camino ARC Troopers in the next year. I guarantee it. I will put my money down. TVC released all 3 or 4 of them last year, so I will put money down that we're getting at least one, if not all 3 or 4, by next year. So, Fulcrum says, what is a figure you never want made in the Black Series? Can I say Jar Jar? No. We already have Jar Jar. Figure I don't want made. That's tough. I mean, it's one of those where everybody likes a certain character. It might not be for me, and so it's one of those where it's not really up to me, like, hey, you shouldn't make this, because I think somebody else might like it, and so I don't want to like gatekeep collecting for somebody else if that's a figure they would like. But a figure that I would like personally never buy is probably like a Mother Talzin or like a Night Sister or anything, unless if it's Marin. I definitely buy Marin. But other than that, I just don't really care about the Night Sisters too much, and I probably wouldn't have shelf room to buy them anyway. But again, I know a lot of people love the Night Sisters. It's some of their favorite Clone Wars arcs, and so I would never want to gatekeep that from other people. So I think Hasbro should make every single figure ever made on screen at some point, but you know, it's what comes out first. We got Ollie. He says, hi Luke, do you like to include any sequel figures in your display? I don't see a lot of collectors displaying the older red box and sequel figures. I wonder how you feel on them. I do have a sequel trilogy display right down there. I don't have a ton anymore. I mainly just have like Kylo Ren and a few First Order. I guess I have the Rey Speeder and the like Rise of Skywalker Rey. I love the sequel trilogy figures. It's just they're not my favorite movies anymore. Like I grew up watching them, and I still have there's still a sweet spot in my heart for them, but I don't know. It's just not my top priority to display. I like Imperials, clones are my main ones that I like to display. Obviously prequels and original trilogy. I just feel like they have a lot more display value for me personally, but no worries, dude. Yeah. I'm very fortunate that with YouTube that I'm able to be able to buy all these figures and review them for you guys, because without your guys' support here on YouTube, it would not be something I'm able to do. So I do want to give a moment and thank you guys for that. But I was about to say, man, it's probably as big as your room. Yeah, dude, a Sandcrawler would be really big. It'd be crazy big. I'm like really far behind on comments too. I'll try to speed up a little bit, but any vintage collection pickups recently? The only vintage collection pickup I got recently came in that Hasbro box that they sent me. Here, one second. And that was the deluxe, or I don't know if it's deluxe, the deluxe Sabine here from Ahsoka. But don't throw it. Still haven't opened it yet. I want to do a review or something for this figure, or at least an unboxing, and I just haven't done it. Do you guys want to see an unboxing now? If we have time, I might unbox this now for you guys. But yeah, like I said, I just don't really have a ton of room for TVC, so it's not, like I said, at my top priority. But thanks, Jedi Twins. Thanks for stopping by. Have a Merry Christmas. We got Prince. I'm gonna butcher that name. We have Princeton. What's up? Nice to see you in the chat. I'm pretty bad with names, so I do apologize, you guys. But I only see Ahsoka there at my Ross. Never seen an Ahsoka. I think I've only ever seen at my Ross. It was like the credit collection, like Mando or something. It was like $4, and I still didn't buy it. So, have you ever thought about 3D printing life-size props like droid heads, blasters, and have a couple they look good? Maybe some files in Etsy. Yeah, so I've thought about it. That's the main reason I bought the CR10 was to do that. I printed not a black series. I printed a life-size wearable clone helmet. I wore it in my fan film. I also printed some gauntlets and some masks and stuff for that. So if you guys haven't seen my fan film, I believe it's linked in the description of every single video. Go watch my fan film. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I'm really proud of it, so go check it out. But yeah, it's something I'd like to get around to, but like I know I just mentioned this before, but like I said, I'm off at college now, so I don't have time to print stuff because I'm not here to do it, and I can't bring my printer to college as much as I would love to. So I'm sure my roommate would very much hate that. Jarrett says, I was able to find Mando Ahsoka at Ross for $5.99 last week. Yeah, which is crazy, dude, because she is one of the best figures of 2022. So if you don't have this Mando Ahsoka yet, I highly suggest going and trying to pick her up. But yeah, maybe next year Ross will have the Starkiller box set for $24.99. Please don't say that. I bought an extra one just to sell down the line when it's expensive. So if that's popping up for $24.99, that is a waste of $110. Wow, okay. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised. I know Hasbro Pulse still has it in stock, I believe. I'd have to check. It's been a while since I've looked, but I don't think it's sold as well as they were hoping, because I think they made a ton of extra stock for it. But at that price range, $110, I'm not surprised. Battle of Coruscant pack is half off right now on Target's website for $24.99. I don't know when it will go lower. Oh, for the micro... Okay, I was about to say, what is that? That's the Micro Galaxy Squadron. Yeah, oof. $24.99 is still a lot for that, though. I really like that set. I see it at Target all the time with the two like Jedi Interceptors. That's a really nice looking set. That might be one I have to pick up. You might have just convinced me. If I see it in store for that price, I'll pick it up. Newer waves never came, barely anything here, and then there is the customs adding 24%. Oof, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I know that's a big problem with a lot of like US based companies with shipping outside of the US, is like a lot of those countries outside of the US just don't get that stock, which is really unfortunate. And I wish there was a better way for that, but I know now that like Hasbro Pulse has Hasbro Pulse EU, which is really good for a lot of people outside of the US, but with a lot of other brands like Micro Galaxy Squadron and some other brands, it's harder for people outside the US to get a lot of these figures and sets. So what's up, Ronaldo? Nice to see you in the chat. We got Commander Cook himself. Commander Cook is a channel member. Consider going down and hitting that join button. He says, can't stay, but I have a question. What is the next con you're going to? Great question. So this is not in any way confirmed yet, but I recently got approved to be like press for is it MegaCon in Orlando in February. So this is something I might be going to. I still gotta get like hotels and airline tickets like worked out and everything, but it's something I'd love to go to, and I might be going to MegaCon in Orlando in February. So we'll see. But yeah, I just got that email like a week ago, like saying I got approved for the press pass, so it's pretty cool. Do you have any tips to grow as a Black Series collector on YouTube? For me personally, it was just consistency, like posting a consistent video schedule. I mean, I went 6 months on YouTube of uploading 3 times a week before I got 100 subscribers. But the more consistently I uploaded, the more people saw the videos. Like, the main problem is just getting people to see your videos, because you have good content, you just have to get it to people, and so by putting as many videos out there as possible, it guarantees more people will see it. So what's up, cool bro? Nice to see you in the chat. Still falling kind of behind here. I'm trying to catch up as quick as I can, but every Black Series figure has been in sale on Amazon for the longest. Do you think Hasbro will lower prices now that we know? I'm sorry, I just read that really bad. Do you think Hasbro will lower prices now that they know we ain't fallen for their BS? I mean, I think that's just specifically Amazon themselves, because Amazon likes to do a lot of clearance stuff. And I mean, everywhere else, Hasbro Pulse, GameStop, I mean, all these figures aren't necessarily going on clearance. Now, I do know a lot of people wait for clearance deals like that, but there's a ton of people that buy it right away as well, as soon as they see it for full price. So I'm really hoping Hasbro will lower prices, but in this economy, I doubt it. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe in a few years it'll go down, or not. We'll have to wait and see. Actually, to be honest, I don't see it ever going down. It might stay the same for a long time, but I don't see it going down. But I think what you'll see is a lot more clearance stuff like that. So I would love to see you open and review Sabine for TBC. Yeah, if we have time, I will definitely get to that here. I have 3 of the white commandos as well that I'd like to get open. Walmart had them for like $10 the other day, so I bought a ton of them. So hey man, thanks for answering my question. If they make a HasLab ATST, what do you want to come with it? Great question. It's definitely got to come with the 2 ATST drivers and a Chewbacca. Those are the necessary requirements for it to come with. Those are the base tier stuff. And then I think some like bonus tiers would be like a Scout Trooper on a speeder bike, like an Ewok with like the glider or something. Maybe some like muddy feet or something you can swap it out with, so you can either have like muddy or normal, or even like you can get snowy feet or something to swap it out with. And then I think maybe some like swappable blaster cannons or something on the side would be pretty cool. But the figures, it's got to come with 2 of the pilots, and the Chewbacca would be like the must come with base tier stuff. Prince says, if you don't mind me asking, you look young. How old are you? I am 18 currently. I am in college. Not Obi-Wan says, dude, I know I'm not a YouTuber, but do something known. Oh, is it no one? Sorry, I'm a little dyslexic. But do something no one is doing. Don't just do reviews, figures, or figure out something else that no one is doing. That's really good as well. I know. For me personally, that was news. I mean, there was several other news channels on YouTube that did Black Series stuff, but I think what was different about me is I specifically focused on Black Series, while a lot of those other news channels did everything. Like, you have the Foosh, who did Black Series, TBC, Transformers, G.I. Joe, all that kind of stuff. You had Usual Mike that did TBC, G.I. Joe, Black Series. Like, a lot of these other channels did a lot more than just Black Series, and I think where I succeeded was that I specifically focused on Black Series, which I think personally helped me. But yeah, definitely just try to find something that no one else is doing on YouTube, because that's what people are looking for. You should 3D print a full-size B1 battle droid. That sounds expensive. I'd love to. That'd be super cool. But that's definitely like $200 for the plastic. Cool Pro says, do you collect Micro Galaxy? We talked about this a little bit earlier, but no, I don't really collect Micro Galaxy. I've bought a few here and there, but I don't really collect it. Lukeness, you should do a Black Series collection tour. I am doing a collection tour. I have that scheduled for like beginning of January to come out, so be ready for that. It's right around the corner. It's much easier to do collection tours now than it used to be. Back when I first started my channel, I kept all my stuff in my boxes and I would just display it on my wall. Because, like, for example, you see where I'm filming here, this entire wall would have been stacked with, like, red box Black Series figures. And so I kept them in the boxes. And so when I had to do a collection review, I had to individually take each box down and get the figure out. And it was a pain. So I kind of stopped doing it. But now that I have all the stuff in the cases, it's much easier to do a collection review. So I'll definitely be doing one here very soon. Yeah, Timbo Toy says, hey Luke, enjoy your channel. Do you ever build any custom dios? I actually do a lot. I do a few 3D printing stuff here and there. Up here I do have the Jedi Temple March. I'm blanking on the name of it. The like Empire Strikes Back, like Cloud City, Luke and Vader duels right here. I need to get lights for this case at some point. This year I haven't finished painting it yet. I need to finish painting it, but that is like a Camino landing pad. Then the big project we did it over 3 episodes about a year ago. We have the 2 scale, 6-inch scale ATST, which it's sitting right over there behind that case. So I do have that full series up on the channel. Make sure to go check that out. But I have these videos up. I know I have like 1,000 videos on the channel, so it's hard to find a lot of stuff. So I'll definitely go through and make like a 3D printing video or like a 3D printing playlist, so it's easier for you guys to find it. But as far as world building goes, like a Boba's throne here, I know I have that I 3D printed. It's the I talked about this a little bit ago as well. It's like the Star Destroyer bridge where Vader talks to all the bounty hunters. So like I said, I have all these videos up if you want to see like how I made them and an in-depth review on them. I just finished printing last week Jabba's like throne that he sits on, but again, it's on top of that case. You can't really see it. What's up, 80s kid? Nice to see you in the chat. Sidequester, hey Lukeness, real quick, could you do a worst to first on every named clone? Okay, so coming in last, I'm gonna give it to CT1111. Wait, you're a Star Wars fan? Name every single clone. Have you seen those TikToks? Those are so funny. But yeah, that's the vibe I got from that. Favorite Star Wars movie? Easily Empire Strikes Back, no question. Revenge of the Sith is a close second. Yeah. See, Cool Bro gets it. He answered my question exactly the same. Do you like any EU Star Wars stories? I don't read a ton of EU. I'm not much of a reader. I really love, what is it called? It's the Aftermath trilogy. It's really the only Star Wars books that I've read. That's where you got introduced to Cobb Vanth. If you guys didn't know, he came from the Aftermath trilogy. So if you haven't read it, go read it. It's really good. Not everyone says, I really wish we could get that Loth Cat in Black series, or that Tusken Dog, or really any animal, more stuff like that. Dude, I so agree with that. Like, I feel like they don't do any world building for Black series at all. Like, I understand for TVC it's easier because it's smaller, so it's cheaper to make. But for Black series, you don't have to do super big vehicles and stuff. Give us the tiny world building stuff. Give us little animals or speeder bikes, something that's manageable to do in Black series scale, and I don't understand why they avoid doing it. I'm going to read Plagueis soon. 80s kid from the 90s. Yeah, Plagueis. I've heard it's good. I need to read it at some point, but like I said, I'm more of an audiobook kind of guy. Yeah, the Darth Bane. I didn't even know there was a Darth Bane trilogy. Wow, the more you know. I need to read the Thrawn trilogy. I know Sidequester has been poking me to do that at some point, so it's something I need to do. I have a Black Series AT-ST for smaller figures. That is cool. Do you have any routines to keep the dust off your figures? No, they are dusty. They're dusty. It's kind of gross. I need to dust them, but awesome to see young people collecting to keep the hobby going. Hopefully the hobby to continue on the future generations when you're a lot older. I'm really hoping so. I mean, like I know I'm young, so it's weird for me to say this, but a lot of kids nowadays, like you're seeing 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and up, like they don't really like action figures. They want to sit and play Fortnite or play on their phone or iPad. Like the millennials raised a generation of iPad kids that don't like Legos or action figures, and it's really disappointing because I love it and I loved growing up with it. And so It's really disappointing to see a lot of kids nowadays not find that interesting like I did. But want to read HTTE 2? I'm not sure what that is. Oh, Heir to the Empire? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's something I'd like to read. But again, I would probably end up buying the audiobooks or get the comic books or something. Like, I like reading, but I just don't have time to read. I'm a busy guy. You should get into figure photography. Fun ways to bring your collecting life. It's something I've thought about. I've done it a few times here and there, but like I said, I'm busy and I just don't really get out to do that as much. But that's one reason why I do like doing the dioramas. Lukeness, what do you use to keep dust off your figures? Yeah, I just don't dust. It's nasty, but that's what it is. I know a lot of my figures I rearrange enough to where it kind of keeps the dust off of them. But like the actual shelves themselves get really dusty. But the figures are normally fine. Do you have a 3D printing channel? Nope. All of that stuff is here on the main channel. Like I said, it's kind of hard to find because I have 1,000 videos up here on the channel. But nope, it is all here on the channel. Like I said, I'll probably go through and make like a 3D printing playlist if that's something you want to see. A lot of my 3D printing stuff is in my vlogs, as well as I do have a few like dedicated 3D printing videos. So, what's up? Nice to see you in the chat. I didn't really start collecting until I was 22 in 1995. Started off with the Transformers line. That is cool to see. Yeah, I've never really gotten into Transformers. It's something I thought it was cool. I had a few Transformers when I was really young, but I've always been like a Star Wars kid for sure. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you as well, Wayne. Nice to see you in the chat. Lukeness, you need to read Master and Apprentice in Brotherhood. I'll definitely add it to the list. Yeah, I'm getting like a list of book recommendations now. I'll have to add it to the list. I mean, Pond, been drinking. Yeah, it's Christmas Eve. I don't blame you. Hello, everyone. I got here a little late. No worries, man. Nice to see you in the chat. Merry Christmas Eve to you as well. If you want a good canon book, you should read Lost Stars, Dark Lords, or Sith. Ooh, I've heard the Thrawn trilogy is really good as well. That's something I need to read too. There's so many good ones. Do you have any Marvel Legends? Yes, that is this case right here. I'll move the comment. That's this case right here. As you can see, I really love the MCU stuff, so I buy it when I can. But that case is pretty much full, and I'm out of room now, so kind of sucks. But with a lot of the newer MCU stuff too, I just really haven't enjoyed it, and so I haven't had a huge desire to pick up a lot of that newer stuff. So I kind of stopped collecting MCU stuff right around Endgame. But that's also when I kind of bought, like, I guess I got like the Spider-Man 3-pack because I love Tobey and Andrew. I guess I did pick up like Kate Bishop and that Hawkeye, but other than that, that's about it. I don't remember which question I was on. Oh, right here. Okay. It is good from the 90s. Says, I've always considered Star Wars as tall tales. Sam Witwer explained it once. It's people like telling stories over campfire, so consider canon with a hint of Legends and EU. That's very true. I really like Legends. Something I'd like to get more into. Fives has the saddest story ever. Every time I watch it, I literally cry. Dude, me too. Fives, I have a hard time rewatching that arc. I love Fives. It hurts. If they made more world-building sets, would you rather them do animals, crates, etc. by theme, Tatooine, Hoth, Naboo, etc.? Definitely, I would say, like, environmental bases. I know they did this with the deluxe Luke Skywalker for The Last Jedi. They had, like, the little island that he is, like, facing the other way with when Rey goes and, like, hands out the lightsaber. They have the little island he's standing on, and it was, like, $35 for the figure, some metal die-cast accessories, and the display base. And it's super cool. And I wish they would do more stuff like that. You know, I don't think it sold well because it was Last Jedi, and everybody hated Last Jedi. But, you know, if they did that with, like, Mando or Empire Strikes Back, anything with, like, environmental display bases are super cool. And the way that I do it, I like displaying my figure. So anything that, like, makes the displaying look better, it's something I'd love. But, yeah, animals, too, look great on display next to figures. So, and even crates, too, are nice world-building pieces, so... In some stories, clones had chips. In other stories, they were just good soldiers that followed orders. Yeah, so I know that I can't talk. The inhibitor chips were definitely like an add-on with the Clone Wars came out, just to kind of explain that the clones are good people. They didn't have a choice. But obviously, going back to 2005 when Revenge of the Sith came out, they were all just good soldiers following orders. They didn't have an inhibitor chips. It was their choice, and they decided to do it because they got the orders to do it. Like, I know the Battlefront 2 campaign for original 2005 Battlefront 2, the whole campaign is about the 501st Legion and like the march on the Jedi Temple. And Tamora Morrison there has a dialogue like, we all knew what we were doing, but we didn't question it and we didn't hesitate. Like, they knew what they were doing in there. And I don't know how I feel about that retcon. Like, I understand doing it, but it's one of those where it's interesting to think about if they never did that, and you just have all of these clones you really, really love and you got connected to just betray all the Jedi, and like how much more impactful that could have been. But no, I understand why they did the change. Yeah, Merry Christmas Eve to you as well. Definitely read the Bane story. Yeah, I'll have to add it to the list. I'm sure you've got this question before, but what was your first Black Series figure? So technically, I say two different ones for this. The first one I ever got was the Quicksilver Baton Captain Phasma, and I got this one like on a vacation trip back like a long time ago. And it was like it was about a year before I started collecting Black Series, and so I got this one figure, and that was it. And like, yeah. And so I don't really count that one as my first figure. Like, it was my first figure, but it didn't really ignite my collecting. The first figure that I really got that started it off was the number 94 white box Mando. Or not white box, just the normal box. I do have white box now, but it was the number 94 Mando. That one like was awesome. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen, and that's what really kicked off my Black Series collecting. So that's really why I got into it, and that's kind of what the answer I give for when did I get my first Black Series figure, because that's the one that was way more impactful for me. Ooh, Lost Stars. I'll have to add that one to the list too. Commander Vero in the chat. What's up? Nice to see you. He says, Merry Christmas. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Nice to see you in the chat. Okay, I'm going to start skipping a few questions here because I am really far behind on questions at the moment. But it says, hi, Luke. Merry Christmas to all, and I appreciate your work. I really appreciate your kind words. It means a lot to me. Yeah, I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you as well. Yeah, the final episode of Clone Wars, it hits different. It hurts. But it's still one of the best episodes of Clone Wars. It's those emotional episodes that are really, really good. It is good from the 90s. One of my first canon books went through in 3 days. Wow. You'll never catch me reading a book in 3 days. I could never. I'm a little bit of a slow reader, so. Stormtroopers never yellow. I'm actually going to post a 5s edit soon. Yeah. I get those 5 edits all the time on my TikTok. It's funny. I've heard High Republic is really good, and I've never got around to reading it yet. That's something I'll have to add to the list too. Man, I got a whole library now I've just added to the list, but have you read any canon comics? I've not read any canon comics. I've read, I think the only Star Wars comic series that I read was the, I don't even know what it's called. It was like, basically you have, like, Luke Starkiller as the main character in it. It's based off of the original, like, Ralph McQuarrie concept art. So, like, all the stormtroopers have lightsabers in it. You have, like, the weird looking C-3PO and it's really cool. It's a cool comic. I'm not sure what it's called, but if anybody knows, let me know in the comments. But it's the only series that I've read. It's pretty good. Yeah, Rex and 5s are my 2 favorite clones. It's really good. Yeah, I think 5s is obviously my favorite. Cut up and heavier. Yeah, that was a depressing episode, but yeah, 99. I don't think they'll ever do a Black Series 99 figure, and I kind of hope not, because I don't think he would sell very well. But it would be cool to see him in figure form. The chips make Order 66 more interesting. Just, yeah. I agree with that. I think the chip storyline is the way to go. But it's interesting to think about, like, what the story would have been if they didn't have it. So I think it could go either way. But it's, like, really sad hearing, like, the Battlefront 2 monologue there. and how that works. But ooh, we do have a super chat. What's up? Thank you, Princeton. Have a Merry Christmas to you as well. And obviously, we do have to play the super chat little video here. So let me play the super chat video.
Jabba offers a sum of 35, and I do suggest you take it. He agrees!
There we go. That one is still the old logo too, so it's been a while. I need to update that video, but I do really appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. By no means is super chatting required, but it does help out the channel a lot, and I do really appreciate it. So thank you, Princeton. Nice gift for Christmas. I do really appreciate it. What does your family think about you and collecting and what you're doing on YouTube? They're really supportive of it. I really butchered just saying that. They're really supportive of it. They've always been really supportive of it, and I'm really grateful for that. So thank you, Mom and Dad, and my family for always supporting me here. But yeah, I definitely couldn't have done it without their support and them keeping me, like, pushing me to upload videos. So I do really appreciate it. But yeah, they've always been really supportive. I remember when my uncle showed me his collection room and had all the white box Black Series stuff. Very impressed that he got it all. Yeah, I am too. White box stuff was really hard to find back in the day. I wasn't collecting back then, but that's like that. I was right when that wave was when I got into collecting, and so like I wasn't there on Force Friday to get the figures whenever they came out, and so unfortunately I never had a chance to find any white box figures in stores because it was like that's the first wave that store hit, and I only ever found the black box stuff in store. So it's something I hope they do again, like a Force Friday like that, because I would love to get up early, go to a store, and try to find new figures on release day. Something I never really got to experience. It'd be cool. Lukeness, who do you think resembles Obi-Wan the most? Me or not Obi-Wan? I have his Jedi mullet too. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys decide that one. I can make the Obi-Wan's voice, and I have his personality. Yeah. We do need I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it would sell very well. I would love it. I'd put it on the shelf. I just don't think many people are going to be buying a 99 clone. It'd be cool, but... what is your favorite Disney era character? I mean, one made by Disney. I have to go with Cal Kestis. Mine's easily Mando, Din Djarin. I wasn't a huge fan of Mando Season 3, but I still love the character of Din Djarin. The Mandalorian was one of the few like things that really got me back into Star Wars. You see, it ignited my collecting here, and yeah, gotta go with Mando. Wish we had a new battle. Dude, don't even tell me about Battlefront. I love Battlefront so much. Both 1 and 2, at least with like the 2015 and 17 versions. They are my favorite games of all time, hands down. Specifically the 2015 Battlefront. I know it wasn't, like, not a lot of people like it, but there's so much nostalgia for me. I remember, it was a long time ago. It would have been probably 2015. My brother got a PS4 for Christmas, and I remember playing the split screen, like, co-op Battlefront 2015 with him, and it's like, there's so much stuff like that, where, like, I just have so much nostalgia for that game. So it's not necessarily a good game, but the nostalgia for it will just, like, completely overtake it. So I really hope they do another Battlefront at some point. Like, it's surprising how they canceled Battlefront 2, because it was, like, right whenever it was at its peak players. Like, the most people had been playing it on that day than release day. And they just went up and stopped support for it. And, like, there's so much more they could have done with that game, and they just stopped. And it's really annoying. It really pisses me off. We need, like, just looking at Star Wars games, we don't get Star Wars games like we used to. Like, back when Lucas Studios or whatever had their gaming division, we were getting, like a game each year. And they were great games. Republic Commando, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Force Unleashed, the old Republic games, like, they're classics, and we don't get any stuff like that anymore. It's really disappointing. But are there any special Black Series figures that you're hoping to find under the tree tomorrow? I'm not gonna lie, most of the Black Series figures I actually bought myself because I would get the rewards points, and then I just I gave them to my parents to wrap and put under the tree. So I pretty much know all the ones that I'm getting. At least I think I am. I probably did like 4 or 5 with GameStop had a buy two get one free, so I probably bought like 6 figures from GameStop for the tree there. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. They could have surprised me and got some more stuff, but yeah. I know the one that I'm probably most excited for is Chopper. That's one I missed the original Redbox version of. And I got my like Rebels cast here in the Cantina display, and excited to get Chopper and at some point Hera as well to finish off kind of like my Rebels display. But I want to make a 99 memorial. Yeah. Blaine says, "Hey Luke, love your videos. Currently working on a 1/12 Ghost. That's like the size of a minivan." You're gonna have to like DM me a photo of that once you're done with it, because that is crazy. I'd love to see that. 1/12 Ghost has got to be insane. Wow. Yeah, I'll definitely like tag me or something if you ever post anything about it. I'd love to see it. Andy says, "Do you think Darth Revan's elbows need to be updated?" I could not tell you. I have both Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan, and I do not remember their elbows. That's how little I care about those two figures. Like, I'm not a huge Old Republic fan, so I kind of just put him on my shelf and forgot about him. It's a figure I probably need to revisit. I know Jedi Knight Revan has a lot of meaning to me just because it was one of the first Gaming Greats I got, and I really love that original Gaming Greats line, but I do not remember anything about the elbows. What if they did a 99 figure as an exclusive, say, Clone Training Room Battle of Camino set? Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think a 99 would be a great exclusive. I think realistically, if they were smart, what they should do is they should pack them with like a 5's training gear and a 99, or a heavy training gear and 99. And so, like, if you're going to sell 99, sell them with another clone trooper. And I'd love to get those training gear clones as well, the Domino Squad training gear. I think if they were smart, that's what they would do, but I don't know. It's one of those, I don't see many people buying a single release of 99. It would have to be double packed with like a training clone, or even the Phase 1 5s in Echo would be cool. But I love Phase 1 5s in Echo too, but I hope they do one of those one day. But Straight out of Gunga, what's up? Merry Christmas to you as well. Trying to catch up here. I'm kind of behind on questions. Found Chopper at a garage sale for $5. That is crazy. That was a really expensive figure before his re-release too. So I've actually never found any Black Series at yard sales and garage sales. I went all the time over the summer. Me and my family ever did a tradition where we try to go yard sailing as much as we can, and never found any Black Series as much as I look. So hoping to find some one day, but pushes up glasses. Not a fan of Revan, eh? I mean, I like Revan. I'd like to learn more about him, but like I said, I have a hard time getting through those Jedi or the Old Republic games, and so I'm just not super attached to the character. So we'll see. I need to finish playing those games, but you know. But yeah, I think. Do you guys want to do some unboxings? We have a few figures here if you guys would want to do that. We have the TBC Sabine and we have like 3 of these guys. I don't know if we're gonna do all 3 of these right now. And then we also do have the Holocom Bo-Katan. Yeah, leave a comment. Which one of those figures do you want to see me unbox first? But do you think we could get some more Padmes? I would love to see Clone Wars and Mustafar Padme. Yeah, I'm hoping we do. I think the one that the Padme that I'd want the most, it's probably the like peasant Padme or whatever that she wears, like the blue outfit she wears on Tatooine. Either that one or just like the Queen Amidala version. I think the Phantom Menace Padmes are the coolest ones. So Okay, we got 1 vote for Commandos. We got a vote for Sabine. Yeah, my light has not fallen yet. Doing pretty good today. It's a first. I don't know. It's a Christmas miracle is what it is. Okay, we have 2 votes for Sabine. It looks like we're leaning towards Sabine first. Oh, 2nd vote for Commandos. Okay, we're tied at 2 votes each. Vote, which one do you want to see opened first? The vote is to see which one we open here on stream first, TBC Sabine or Black Series Commando. We got another vote for, oh, okay. I think the Clone Commandos have won. I'm sorry, Sabine. We will do both. We'll do a Clone Commando, then a Sabine. We'll start with the Commando first, though. So this one, see, I know I joke about this a lot, but I know in my Ask Lukenessmonsters, I've been getting a lot of the like ASMR comments, but we have the mic right here. We have the plastic-free box. Do we do an ASMR unboxing? I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna... I was muted. Okay, I just changed the mic setting, so I think it changes ears depending on which side of the mic I go to, but I think it's upside down, so it should be flipped for you guys, which is a little weird, but we can try it. That sounds crispy. That's really weird because I got it like coming out on each side of the headset. That's so weird. Okay, we're gonna start trying to figure out how to open this. Got the backpack here. Yeah, definitely DM me the photo. That'd be cool. If you just DM me on Instagram, it should go to like my like requests. So, and I'll just accept it from there. So, we also got the little itty bitty tiny Commando blaster. I really wish they would start using the bigger one for this that came with Wrecker, but you know. And we got the Clone Commando himself here. Ooh, I'm gonna have to cut this with my kniffy here on the side. There you go. There we go. Yes, so I am trying to figure out what to do with the Black Series gift. I have a whole, like, pile of figures here. This is like 3 figures deep right now for giveaway figures. I still have a few extra Imperial Crosshairs too. Like, I want to do more giveaways. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. Basically, I was doing the monthly giveaways, but since I went off to college in August, it's been hard for me to do that. And so I'm trying to figure out if I want to go back to doing like the sub goal giveaways, or if I want to like try to find a way to do the monthly giveaways. So let me know in the comments, but it's something I want to do because I really like giving back to you guys. So, and I got a ton of extra figures to give away as well, but oh, I just hit the mic with that. That sounded weird. Warning to my headphone users out there. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're done with the ASMR for right now. Okay. Yeah, we're done with the ASMR for right now. But, yeah. We got Commando. 80s Kid says, I miss the plastic-free packaging. I have mixed feelings about it. I think the plastic packaging is the way to go, but I really like the unboxing experience of the plastic packaging, or the plastic-free. It's much nicer. I like the unboxing experience, and it's nice. I can have the box in the background of my videos and not actually have the figure inside of it, but when I'm doing my reviews, I have to box the figure back up to do the review, which kind of sucks. That's just kind of like a reviewing standpoint, but yeah. Clone Commando here. This will be my second one, and then obviously we have number 3 and number 4, if I don't throw it. Number 3 and number 4. But yeah, I mean, these were like 11 or 12 bucks each on Walmart, so I could not skip picking a few of them up. They're really cool, and they're army builders, so it's nice to have a few of them now on the shelf. If I can get him to hold his gun correctly. We got a commando. Nice. Any news on any news on Starkillers hitting stores? Yes. That wave is currently hitting Walmarts right now. So check your Walmart, and maybe Target. Don't quote me on that. I have a news video coming out pretty soon, probably like the day after Christmas, on that wave hitting, but that wave is currently hitting stores, so keep an eye out for that. We also have 41 people in the chat right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button. It helps suggest the stream to other viewers as well. But thank you guys so much for watching and taking time out of your busy Christmas Eves to hang out with me. So yeah, the Commando does need to be a little bit bulkier, unfortunately, but you know, it's one of those where if we didn't get it on that Hunter body, we wouldn't have got it at all. So I'm pretty grateful we just got it. So best place to source figures recently. I just been getting them recently online. GameStop has been great. You know, Walmart, Target.com, Amazon. They're all pretty good places. In stores, GameStop has been my main place in stores that I've been buying them. But alrighty. We ready for Sabine now. I've never opened a deluxe TVC figure like this before, so we'll see how this goes. I need to get a sharper knife is what I need to do. Legal mumbo jumbo. Oh my gosh. 3 3/4 inch figures feel so small nowadays. Like after constantly having Black Series figures in 6-inch scale, that is such a tiny figure. I think it's one of those, I don't know if I'll ever be able to go to TVC in 3 3/4 inch scale after being Black Series, because that is just such a tiny figure. How do I get, okay, there's some tape here on the back. I'm gonna try not to cut my fingers off here. A little tape here. We'll get this little like strap off of her here. There we go. Got the Sabine figure out. Man, it's crazy how much this is like a Black Series figure. With it being so much smaller, it is pretty much like a Black Series figure, like with sculpt wise, articulation wise. So mad props to the Hasbro team for managing to do that. The amount of like articulation that's been able to be upgraded in TVC figures nowadays is actually insane. Then we do. And we do have the little accessory box here. Okay, a ton of accessories just came out of that. Some really tiny stuff in here too. Little itty bitty lightsaber here. So interesting thing with TVC, they do the bladed saber and the hilted saber because the pegs are so tiny you can't do the removable blade like Black Series. But that's pretty cool. So now I guess I can go ahead and peg this on her belt like so. Bunch of little tiny accessories we have. Blasters, we'll go ahead and put in our holster. Another blaster over here as well. We do have a little tiny, like, spray paint, like, airbrush thing here that I believe goes in her hand. We'll go ahead and do that here. Yeah, oh my gosh, huge helmet. That was a big complaint about this figure, is how big the helmet is. Look at the size of that helmet. It's much smaller than Black Series. I know some people are saying it's like a Black Series helmet on a Vintage Collection figure. It's much smaller than a Black Series helmet, I will say that. But it does look a little wonky on her head. Now, I think they could have made it a little smaller. No, it's pretty tight on her head too. There's not a ton. You could have made it a little bit smaller, but there's not a ton you can do there. Unfortunately, with just how thick the helmet is, it's a thick plastic. It just makes it a bulky helmet. It doesn't look as bad in person though. It looks big. It looks like a big helmet, but it's not as bad as some people were saying. But I love this part of the figure. They have the little pouch here that can go around. See if I can figure out how to get it like around her shoulder here. Like a cool little pouch. Like they should do more stuff like this pouch in Black Series. Like that's again not like low. Like we have the Lothcat too. Lothcat is so freaking cool. Give us more stuff like that in Black Series, please. Go ahead and pop her helmet on here too. And then we will give her the lightsaber as well. Yeah, that is a pretty dang cool figure. I don't know if it's enough to get me into TVC, but it is a pretty cool figure. This is one that I could see going great with the HasLab Ghost. So if you did buy the HasLab Ghost, consider picking up this figure. It's pretty cool looking. I like it. Of my few TVC figures I have, this one is probably my favorite. Pretty cool looking. And of course, we got the cool Lothcat. That's one I want in Black Series. Hopefully one day. But trying to find some questions here that I didn't already answer. FYI, the articulation cut is a bit shallow for his iconic lightsaber pose and just a bit lackluster, although you can still get him into some cool poses. For the Sabine or for which one? No, it's not. If you already have the original Grievous, it's not worth picking up. It comes with less accessories, no cape, no blaster, and it's more expensive. So if you have the original one, it's not worth picking up the new one. Yeah, again, I didn't think the helmet was too bad. It's definitely big, and I understand why TVC collectors are upset, but it's not as bad as it's not as bad as they hyped it up to be. But it looks wonky, but it's not too bad. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you all for stopping in. Would you like to get the TVC Mando N1 Starfighter? I haven't. It's such a cool addition to my collection. It's one I've been thinking about picking up. I'm not sure how much it costs. I'm sure it's not like super cheap. Again, my problem runs down to is just I don't have room. Like these cases is what I have to display figures, and they're full to the brim with figures. So, like, I until I can get more shelves or until I can go to a bigger place that has more room for shelves, it's just not, like, I'm not going out of my way to buy unnecessary stuff because I don't have room to put it anywhere. So, but it's something I'd want to buy. But, again, I just have trouble getting room for it. So, should 3D print the cats and sell them. I buy some. So the problem is with Lothcats, they're smaller. You're gonna need a resin printer to print that. I don't have a resin printer. I only have a PLA printer. So I'd love to get into resin printing, but resin printers are not cheap. I would love to see you do a review of an old school Power of the Force 2 Star Wars figure from the 90s. If so, what is your PO box? I gotta remember what my PO box is. My PO box is PO Box 50, Downs, Illinois 616 61763. Let me look that up. 1 second. Zip code 61736 is the zip code. I'll put it in the description if you guys want it. Yeah, thank you, SideQuester. I know you already know the PO box, but I appreciate it. And I do have Power of the Force Boba Fett, but I plan on leaving that one on the card. But yeah. So is it possible to get an updated Bespin Luke? I really hope so. We got the Dagobah Luke, which basically has like a updated Bespin legs, and it's one of the best figures. Great articulation, great sculpt. And so I'm really hoping they do a new Bespin Luke using those legs, just a brand new torso. It's easy enough, and it's something that it would, if they did that updated Bespin Luke on those legs, brand new torso, brand new arms, it quite frankly would be one of the best Black Series figures ever made. So please do it, Hasbro. Please. I would throw my cash at accessory packs, clones with backpacks, artillery guns, etc. Yes, absolutely. So I know this is one of the shorts I posted. It's also a question that was asked at the latest Hasbro interview. It sounds like they are open to doing accessory packs for the Black Series. The fans just have to let them know that we want it. So let them know. Like, obviously I'll make videos talking about it, but the best way is to like leave it in comments of Instagram posts and YouTube stuff from Hasbro specifically, because the more that we can get the word out that we want that kind of stuff, the more likely it is that we will be getting it in the line. So if we want that kind of stuff, we got to let Hasbro know, which is true, because I really would love accessory packs. So over 100 if it's still in stock. I'm not sure I know what you're referring to. Oh, the Mando Starfighter. Oh, I don't want to pay 100 for that thing. That's crazy. I mean, I think the max I would pay for it is like 50, 60, which I know it's worth a lot more. If I was a Black Series collector, I'm paying full price for it, but I don't really collect TVC, so I'm not really going out of my way to spend full price on a set like that. Did you ever get any of the Indiana Jones Adventure Series figures? I did not. I love Indiana Jones, but again, I don't really have room for him. If I'm going to pick any of them up, it's just going to be the standard Indiana Jones. I'm not going to pick up anything else probably. But yeah, again, I just don't really have room for a lot of other figures like that. If I, again, had my own place with a ton of shelves and a ton of places to display stuff, I'd definitely get into more figure lines. But right now, with the limited space I have, Black Series is my main priority. Do you think Hasbro could ever do battle packs like the 3.75-inch Clone Wars figures used to do? This is something I've been asking for years and years and years, ever since I started my channel. That's something they need to do. So hopefully one day, I'm hoping that this is what their Clones of the Republic line is kind of supposed to be. Like clone build-up packs and battle packs. So we'll see. I'm hoping that's what the Clones of the Republic line turns into, but at this point, I don't really know. Hey, we got Phantom Menace Dennis with the 199 super chat. Love your channel content. Wish you continued success. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. I know you are a little bit of a newer subscriber, but it's been awesome seeing you in the chat and in my comments all the time. So I really appreciate all the support. And of course, we have to do the donation video, so let's run it.
Jabba offers a sum of 35, and I do suggest you take it. He agrees!
Yeah, so thank you so much, Phantom Menace Dennis. Nice to see you in the chat. And thank you so much for the super chat. It means the world to me. It's all of your guys' support that really makes it possible for me to make content for you guys here on the channel. So I really, really appreciate it. Is it possible to get an Empire Strikes Back Lando with soft goods cape? I mean, you could always take the... I mean, you could always take the General Lando cape. It's blue. I don't know. I just know if they do another Lando, it's going to peg warm really, really bad. and so I don't want them to do another Lando. I think it's possible because knowing Hasbro, they're going to do another Lando, and they're going to double pack it, and it's going to be everywhere for years. But I think if they were to do another Lando, it probably would be soft goods, which would be cool. But I don't know if they were going to do another Lando. Yeah, just have the one indie figure from Raiders. That would be the one that I pick up if I do get any of them. So, are we getting a 4-pack of Heir to the Empire soon? So Clone 4-pack is not out of questions if they're doing Legends ones. So yeah, they're doing the Heir to the Empire 4-pack, which is crazy and awesome. But I don't. So this is specifically the comic book line is what this is coming out in. And so, like, I don't think it's required to be, like, Legends characters. I think they could do a 4-pack like that in the Clones of the Republic line, Clone Wars line, anywhere. The fact that they're doing a lot more of these multi-packs, though, it's great news. And so I think it's cool now, too. We've been seeing the, like, pipeline for 2024. We have the Phase 1 clone and Droid 2-pack. It is the Dream Army Builder pack. You can army build clone troopers and droids at the same time. It's probably going to be $49.99, but you can army build as many clones and droids as you want, which is awesome. That's exactly what we've been needing, and I'm surprised it took Hasbro this long to come up with that idea. So, like I said, Hasbro has been listening to the community a lot more over the last year. And so I think in 2024, 2025, you're going to see a lot more stuff that fans have been asking for. And that includes multi-packs and army builders. Would you like for Black Series to have Build-A-Figures? No, absolutely not. Do not want Build-A-Figures. There's a lot of Black Series figures I don't pick up, if you guys didn't know that. I say it a lot, and I've said it a lot on this stream specifically. I don't have a lot of room, and so I don't pick up figures that I don't like. One, because it's a waste of money. Like, I'm just gonna review it just to crap on it the whole time, and it's not something I really enjoy doing. So I only really buy figures that I want to have, and so it kind of forces me to pick up those figures I don't want if they have the Build-A-Figure stuff, just to get the Build-A-Figure pieces. So no, I really don't want them to do Build-A-Figures. I think it'd be cool, but what I would rather them do is just charge money for those Build-A-Figures. So instead of giving us a free figure if you buy the whole wave, just release that as an actual figure for a deluxe price, and you'll get the money from me. I don't know. Hasbro is screwed when the Lando series / movie comes out, with all those Landos peg-warming really hard. I don't even know if that TV show is still happening. I heard it was a TV show, then it got turned to a movie. Like, I really like Donald Glover, so I'm excited to see how it is. And I hope it's a good TV show or movie, whatever it ends up being. But at this point, I'm not even sure it's going to happen. I know, like, there's been a whole, like, production nightmare with it, so we'll see what happens with it. But what do you think about my cat, though? Would you 3D print some? If yes, how much do you think it would cost? I would like some. So if you're talking about, like, the Loth cat, I just threw it. Oh my gosh, it's gone. Like, the Loth cat, again, I would not be able to print it on the printer that I have, just because PLA does not print, like, that tiny quality. And so if I were to 3D print something like that, I need to buy a resin printer, which I would have to drop $300, $400, $500 on a resin printer. But realistically, I'd probably charge like 10 or 15 bucks for one of these, if I'm being realistic. So I don't know. My problem is I can 3D print stuff all day if I want to. The problem is getting the files for it. I've gotten into designing files recently, but I'm nowhere near skilled enough to make something like a Loth cat. So something I'd love to do, but it's a skill that I don't have yet. So I would have to buy the files from somewhere else or get them from somewhere else to print to sell, plus buying a resin printer. There's a whole lot behind it that, there's a million reasons to say no to do something, and those reasons are definitely stacking up when it comes to selling 3D printed stuff. But, get him in some cool poses. Do you think the B2 will get a absolutely, yeah. B2 is definitely getting a single release. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be the exact same, if it's going to be like clean paint, if it's going to be in the Mando box. It's definitely getting a Gaming Greats release, both the Jedi Fallen Order paint, Jedi Survivor paint scheme, as well as the like Battlefront 2 jump trooper jet scheme as well. It's getting both of those 100% without a doubt. But as far as like a regular release of it, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But it's definitely getting more releases besides that 2-pack. So Could we get a Ben Skywalker figure? Probably. Anything's on the table at this point. I could see it happening. But again, Hasbro is pretty smart and they're listening to what the fans want. And I know the fans don't really want sequel trilogy figures right now. And so that's why they don't do many sequel trilogy figures, is because they don't sell. They peg warm. And I think a Ben Skywalker figure is no different. Why isn't it a Ben Solo? Why Ben Skywalker? Or are you talking about like Legends Ben Skywalker? At that point, I think that one's more reasonable. I'm not sure if I'm too familiar with the character though. But if it's a Legends like comic book figure, it could definitely be in the comic book line. Droid Factory got me Phase 3 Dark Trooper, but not cheap. Yeah. I would love to see Savage Opress come to the Black Series. Yeah, that's one that was on the top of my like March Madness bracket every year. Love to see it. He always makes it pretty far. I know it's one that a lot of people really want. So, 212th Hunter, who is a channel member. Thank you so much. Actually, before you get into his comment, he's been a channel member for 23 months. Almost 2 years. In 1 month, my friend Hunter, you will have the Fives Clone Trooper name badge, and you will be the first to have the Fives Clone Trooper name badge, which is crazy. So thank you so much for always being here and supporting the channel, Hunter. If you guys do want to become a channel member and get a cool Clone Trooper name badge like Hunter here, you can go down and hit the join button down below. It's by no means required. I definitely don't expect it, but it just helps out the channel. So if you want to go above and beyond and go out of your way, it helps out a lot, and I do greatly appreciate it. So thank you, Hunter. I really, really appreciate it. Anyway, to answer your question, how would you feel about the Mines of Mandalore build-up pack with Bo-Katan and Season 3 Grogu? Yeah, I'd buy that. I mean, I already have a Bo-Katan and I already have Grogu, but I'd still probably buy it because I like both the characters. So, I mean, if it came with some exclusive accessories, like give Bo-Katan the Darksaber, give Grogu like a different face and give them some cool accessories to make it worth me picking up a new version of it. But yeah, I'd like it. Loved Andor, but not the figure so much. Seen them peg warming. Any ideas how they can sell Andor merchandise? Yeah, I agree. I loved Andor as a show. One of my favorite shows to ever come out of Star Wars. But the figures just sucked because they're all wearing normal clothes. They don't seem Star Warsy. They don't seem action figure-y. So the main way to sell Andor figures is to completely change the costume design of the characters to make them look more spacey and Star Warsy. It would be my main thing. Like, I want a cool-looking character in cool-looking clothes. I don't really want Andor in his, like, Sunday attire. Like, I don't know. It's just not anything that was super special. So, I think the troopers and stuff were the best part for the Andor line. So, maybe if they're wanting to sell Andor merchandise, only do, like, the Imperial stuff, because that's what's going to sell. But what's up with Hasbro not doing pretty much anything from Mando Season 3? They've always gone hard with Mando, so we don't have Gideon, Beskar, Imperial, or Praetorian Guard. So we are definitely getting those in the line. This is exactly what happened with Mando Season 1 and Mando Season 2. It's just that Lucasfilm is so under wraps with a lot of the stuff that they do. Is that just Hasbro doesn't get a lot of that stuff beforehand, so they can't have the figures out right when the show comes out. I think we were really, really lucky with the Ahsoka show that we were able to get all of those Ahsoka figures out when the show was coming out. That is like unheard of at the time. And so we'll be getting those Mando Season 3 figures like 2024 is when we'll start seeing them revealed. It's just it takes Hasbro time to make these figures, and so whenever everything's so under wraps at Lucasfilm, it's a lot harder for them to make these figures beforehand. So, General Kenobi, nice to see you in the chat, Forrest Alpha Lego. Darkside Luke, Clone Palpatine, Jedi Leia 3-pack would be awesome. I know SideQuester is just foaming at the mouth for a set like that. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Hot Toys figures? I like Hot Toys figures. I have a Clone Trooper right here behind that light. You can't see it, unfortunately. I like Hot Toys figures. They're just so expensive for me. I'm not buying I have the one, and unless they make a Hot Toys 5s, I'm not buying another one. I like them. They're cool. But one, they're expensive, and two, I don't have room for a ton of them. So I love them, but like it's got to be like really, really desirable characters. Like, give me a 5s. That's probably the only other one I'd buy. So I think companies have realized no one wants sequel trilogy items. Lego usually makes anniversary sets, but aren't making Force Awakens anniversary sets. Yeah, no, they wouldn't. You can still buy the original Force Awakens stuff for pretty cheap with Lego because nobody really likes them. So, which I get, because I don't get, because Force Awakens was awesome. I loved Force Awakens. The hype around the movie was crazy, and the product sold crazy back when Force Awakens came out because everybody liked Force Awakens. Nobody didn't like Force Awakens. It was whenever The Last Jedi came out that really killed it. Everybody started not liking The Last Jedi, and that's whenever all of the sequel trilogy like merchandise kind of failed. So yeah, okay, Ben Skywalker Legends. I thought you were referring to Ben Solo. Yeah, I think Ben Skywalker Legends is a lot more possible. Throw him in a comic book line. I think he'd sell decently, so. Andor better than Ahsoka? I'm going to have to agree with that. I liked Ahsoka, but Andor was just a better show in my opinion. But now I think the Ahsoka products are better. Like all the Ahsoka figures, 10 times better than the Andor figures. But Visionaries Maul and Owen Lars 2-pack. Interesting 2-pack. I think a like Kenobi and Owen Lars 2-pack would be better. But interesting. Yeah, Darksaber Energy Shield. Ooh, yeah, the Energy Shield and light on the helmet. Yeah, that'd be cool. Good accessories for that set. I think companies will start releasing Mando Season 3 stuff next year. Yeah, I think so too. Again, it just takes these companies time to be able to actually produce these products, so. I mean, yeah. I mean, the only Andor figure that I bought that wasn't like an Imperial was Mon Mothma, and I only bought her to put on my Return of the Jedi shelf. So, yeah. What's up, Red Wagon Dioramas? Merry Christmas to you as well. Nice to see you in the chat. Ooh, Dream Archive Wave. I don't know. I have most of the figures that I want. I'm trying to think of older figures. I mean, see, with an Ask Lukenessmonster video, I have time to think about this and prepare it, but when it's live, I don't have time to actually think about it. Oof. I'd probably go with the Shadow Squadron set with like the Shadow Speeder and everything. Like, it's not an archive figure. It's not. It wouldn't go in archive packaging, but that'd be the one that I want re-released the most because it's one I don't have. With Rebels turning 10 next year, is it possible to get, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, Vizago, that's it. Ryder, Hrook, again, I'm butchering these names, I apologize, and Season 3 Kanan. I think Season 3 Kanan is the most possible out of that, and I think Agent Kallus would be the most possible, but I don't think they're going to do a ton more figures besides that. Are you surprised, as I am, with the lack of a Kelleran Beck figure announced? Again, that's another Season 3 figure that they will 100% announce in 2024-25. He's a popular character. He's pretty awesome. Give him the dual lightsabers. He's getting a figure at some point. But again, it's going to take time for Hasbro to make the figure. There is a Sideshow 1/6 scale Archer Echo and 5s, but they go for like $1,000 now. Yeah, I'm very familiar. It's one that I've wanted for a very long time. I've wanted it before I got into Black Series collecting, and yeah, until specifically Hot Toys makes a brand new 5s, it's not one I'm gonna get. I loved the Rise of Skywalker Lego sets. I have the first wave. Yeah, me too. I love the Rise of Skywalker sets too. I bought like 27 of those Sith Trooper battle packs. They were pretty cool, but I kind of got out of Lego now, unfortunately. Give me a young Leia and Luke 2-pack. That'd be pretty interesting. I'd like to get a young Leia figure in the Obi-Wan line. Be cool to get. Dude, definitely updated Jango. That's for sure. Have you seen the Hero Series X-Wing? I don't believe so. I don't think I'm familiar with that. Give me a Carson Teva Black Series figure. Yeah, I agree. Give us a Carson Teva. That'd be awesome. I think you'd have to make a new body mold for the X-Wing mold, which would be great as well. But yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to see that. I got the General Grievous battle damage, and I don't see the difficulties with it standing up. Well, there you go. So if you do have troubles like my Grievous, who's actually laying down right there, standing up, so that might be a great option for you. But for me personally, it's just not worth the price that it costs. But Hasbro decides to end the Black Series. What is the last action figure wave in the line? Oh my gosh, it's going to be a fixed 5s with the correct helmet and shoulder pauldron paint. But no, it's going to be the Phase 2 5s, not the ARC Trooper. It's going to be Phase 2 5s. It's going to be a Kyle Katarn. Again, I don't have time to think about this. It's going to be a re-release of Admiral Holdo. No, that would be horrible. And it's going to be another Lando as well. But it's going to be like the party shirt Lando from Battlefront 2. That's it. That would be like a horrible wave. Okay. I don't think they're gonna do like oh, Rebels anniversary, blah blah blah, but they might do like a mini beat, like, oh hey, here's a few Rebels figures. They won't really acknowledge that it's an anniversary, I don't think, but I think they'll do something for Rebels. I want the 2003 Clone Wars Anakin with the cape. I really want the 2003 Clone Wars Anakin with like the blue tattoos and the missing robot arm. That'd be super cool. With C-3PO having made an appearance in Ahsoka, do you think there's a chance we may get the shiny glam Black Series version of him? I hope so. I would love a like vac metal C-3PO or like a shiny metallic C-3PO, but I just don't think it's in Hasbro's budget to be able to do that, unfortunately. I have heard that figure. This one is actually sent to me, or given to me as a Christmas gift from my good friend Danger Greg on Instagram. Go check him out. He does work for AV Figures. So he hit me up with the AV 5s here. Yeah, go check out Danger Greg on Instagram. He's a really good friend of mine. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I'm hoping it is, and I will buy whatever set he comes in. If it's true, I'm buying the 5s. I will spend $200 on a Lego set if it means it comes with a Lego 5s, which sounds bonkers to me right now saying it, but I just accidentally ripped off his arm. That's so sad. Okay, we're gonna pop that back on, and yeah, but it'd be cool. I don't know how true the rumors are, but I'm really hoping for a Dirge figure in 2024. Yeah, I hope so too. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I hope so. We can hope. We can hope. My dream archive wave: Captain Rex, Darth Maul, Jango Fett, Crosshair, and Chopper. Well, Chopper's out right now, so I don't think he would make a great archive figure just because you can go to Walmart and buy him right now. You can go online and buy him right now. He definitely does not need an archive re-release. But Captain Rex, absolutely. Original Darth Maul, absolutely. Jango Fett needs a new mold, so I hope they don't do an archive release of him because he sucks. We need a brand new Jango Fett mold, not an archive figure. But I do understand it would be nice to get him in an archive wave just to get him out again. And then Crosshair, absolutely. He definitely needs a archive re-release. His figure is really expensive and hard to get nowadays. So the original Crosshair, not the Imperial version. Oh, okay, so right now the rumor that the 5s figure that we were just talking about comes in the like Tantive 4 set from Rogue One with Darth Vader, and it's a $50 set that comes with 5s. So I'll buy it if it's true. We'll see. But I'm hoping for a Black Series Sabine with long hair and speeder. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Again, Black Series doesn't really do speeders as much, unfortunately, which they should do. Give us a $50 set, a figure, and a speeder. I'm buying them all day long. But they don't do it as much, and I'm hoping they do at some point. And I want Dirge so they can reuse the mold for Ravis. Yeah, that'd be actually really cool. I'm hoping they do. I'm really hoping we get a Dirge at some point. But I think it'd be weird to translate that from animation with that 2D style to a realistic figure, because it's not something we've really ever seen in like live action. The closest thing we've got to it is Ravis in Jedi Survivor, and so I think a lot of inspiration would come from that. But I'd pay $75 for that Sabine. Yeah, when it comes with the speeder, I'd consider it. I think the $50 mark is the perfect price for a speeder, but you know, I'd pay $75 for it. I just wouldn't enjoy paying $75 for it. Anyway, guys, we're about an hour and a half here, so I think we are going to go ahead and start wrapping up. We're going to start wrapping up this stream with the last question here from SideQuester. Brand new Jango Fett molds in a 2-pack with Rainy Obi-Wan. Absolutely. Give us the Rainy Obi-Wan with like the matted down hair. Obviously give us the cloak as well. But then with Jango, you got to have the poncho with the like communicator headpiece with him. That would be a dream Jango Fett set. Really hope they would do that. But that'd be a crazy to give. You got to give him the flamethrower and even like the little like rope thingy too. That kind of like the one that came with the Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. But they would have to do a actual hard version of the rope rather than with the Boba version. It was like a soft rope, and so you can't pose it because it just goes straight down. And you know, I'd like it an actual like hard, solid rope, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, Merry Christmas to all you guys out there. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. We're gonna start wrapping up the stream here, so thank you guys so much for stopping by and spending your busy Christmas Eves with me here. It's been awesome chatting with you guys. We were able to answer a ton of questions, unbox a few figures, and yeah, just enjoy Christmas Eve together. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who decided to give a super chat. It means the world to me. Again, I am beyond grateful for you guys' support. It means the world, and thank you all so much for stopping by. I think we had a total of, I think the max was about like 45, 50, so thank you all so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and yeah, thank you to Phantom Menace Dennis for the $1.99 super chat, and Princeton for the $5 super chat, as well as 212th Hunter for being a member for 23 months. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to me, and thank you all for stopping by. I'll see you guys in the next one.